Good evening, friends. Good evening, humans. Title of the story for tonight. When stop being challenged, you are most probably dead. Well, this story is about the perspective. Challenge for one is a problem for another. Riches for one is a destructive fear for another. Plenty for one is never enough for another. So, remember the old saying? The beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yet, same thing could be said for the ugly situations. The ugliness or evil is in the eye of the beholder. Maybe better one. The problem is in the heart of the experiencer. So being a being who experiences life, how you can be afraid of something that you don't know much about, and especially you did not experience it until never or until this moment. Perspective is the everything in one's life. Perspective is the place where you build your, let's call it trust to the world, that you build it, your experience of how you're going to behave. Are you going to be afraid of putting your hand on the stove when you experience it early? When you're little, this experience never diminish. So, seeing a problem as a solution, it could be a good way to, go through life. Seeing a problem as an opportunity, it's the only way towards, let's call it light or better life. Because if you dwell about your problem, why get ill? Why I have to experience a war again? Let's say in old Yugoslavia, in last 50 years, we have 3 wars. Is it normal? No, really. But is it possible to avoid it? Yes. One of the things you can move away from the region. Yet what did you achieve? Do you see this war as an opportunity that people will grow and not to do the war again? Majority people didn't. So they are easily pushed towards another side, that suddenly this another side has been synthetically created. Same as happening right now. The situations in the world about the Muslim religion, where first of all these countries, the majority of them were Muslim, they've been pounded by the Western civilization. Yet the same Western leadership attacking the Muslim countries, producing a counter effect that they actually wanna create a problem for immigrants to go into the Europe or into the America or so. When this happens, the same dark magicians of the politic are controlling who's going to come in Europe, and they allow to thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of so-called Muslim religion people to come in. What does it create? It down the road creates a massive separation. It's emphasizing a separation between Muslim world, how they live, and they're bringing their way of living into the Europe or into the America, where it wasn't like this. In Europe still they had some kind of respect towards women. In America they're almost equal towards women. Yet the Muslim religion and Muslim movement don't have appreciation much towards women as the Westerners, or as the let's call it eastern part, Russia, Ukraine, and the rest. So this clash has to be synthetically created. So you have to bring these two, let's say, completely opposite realities into the place where they can clash, because they need to create a conflict. So when they need to create a conflict, they have to need to create a situation that this conflict will be, done, doesn't matter, in Europe or in America. Or so what we're seeing now is just like a prelude of something much, much worse, if we don't stop this kind of process of moving people around without allowing Americans or Europeans to defend themselves. The only one who can ask for this is people of America and people of Europe, not politicians, because these freaks are there to create a problem. So I'm suggesting that we switch this all around, and instead of the problem, we create a solution. Or even better, we create an opportunity for a solution. So what you're saying, all these mujahideens and the Muslim so-called terrorists, what? We Christian them? We make them believers now? No. We show them a way. We show them a way that they can choose how they're going to live, but in their own environments, not bringing their own dirty laundry into Europe or into America and telling us how we should wear the same dirty laundry. I don't want to. Yet, I'm not here going into, let's say, a Muslim world telling them how they should treat women. To me, it's a responsibility of the Muslim women who are subjugated for a couple of centuries now. If they choose to come out of this subjugation, they can use it as a beautiful opportunity, or they can continue playing a victim, yet they will not be allowed to come into the Western world where the women are treated as equal. So, to make it simple, we do not allow others to come into my family space and my house and tell me how I should treat my wife or my daughter, or by the other hand, how I should dress. Do I have to wear a skirt or a scarf or nothing? I'll let everybody do whatever they want in their own housing. As well, I will fully protect the way how I want to live inside my house, inside my town, inside my country. So when we start observing the world through this kind of prism of, not prison, but prism of, we are the one who observing the situation, and we can see it as a problem, or we can see it as the actual opportunity to show others how they could live, but in their own turf, in their own housing, in their own lands, not in mine, not in yours. So Did you question why so many of these invasive immigrants are invading? Why they don't stay where they were? And when they come into France, in Paris and so on, they're almost like angry because everybody else lives different than they were. So to me, there is nothing to discuss here. They don't belong there. They go back from wherever they came. Or if they decide to come in a certain country, in a certain region, they are nicely and deeply vetted to the point that they have to prove with their behaviors, with their actions, with their attitudes, that they will respect the country's rules and regulations of the present population. Not the other way around. That whatever dirty stuff that they did in their countries, they're actually bringing in Europe. To me, it's like almost oxymoronic, because we, as, let's say, whites who doesn't want to live with the people who are treating their women wrapped, like they're a second layer of existence in most of the Muslim countries. So why I should be the one who would respect these kind of creatures who treat the others like this? And they want to bring the same attitude into my house. Not in 1,000 years. Yet I'm the only one. I'm one of many. Yet we have to start doing a collective choice, and not to be subjugated by docileness and not responsiveness towards these kind of very subtle attacks that we have been brainwashed to become. Doesn't matter, Muslim or woman subjugators, or gay or lesbian or transgender or no gender. Okay, in my country, in my house, I am a man and I live with a woman. In your house you do whatever you want, but you cannot come to my house and tell me that I should not treat myself, my woman, the way how I do. So, in short, everything is in your eye. You watch when these little challenges become a big problems for you. You become absolutely resourceful, and you start finding solutions how to teach all this, let's call it invaders, to become, decent citizens, or to be absolutely expelled from your environment. So enjoy your freedom and enjoy every single challenge that you have.